welcome back to episode 107 of Tall Boy Radio. 2 years, that's how long we've been doing this podcast, 2 years today. So if you've been listening to every single episode, God bless you. We appreciate every single one of you that has. And while we're on that, actually, I'll just say hello to Colombia, country number 44 to embrace TBR. So thank you for those guys for listening. We're doing something a little bit different tonight. We've got a couple of guests on from the States, but before we introduce them, let's introduce the man with the magical beard.
Howdy. I'm the old JD again tonight in a Beavertown glass. I do have a second drink in the lineup as well, ready for later on.
Nice one. Well, I'm drinking a beer that is more akin to the kind of stuff that you'll be drinking, and that is Desperados. Now, it is normally with tequila in it. This one does have tequila in it, but it's also got whiskey in it. It is a whiskey sour Desperados. It's a little bit stronger at 7%. I got to tell you, it's pretty decent. I'm enjoying it. Quick shout out to Gaz before we introduce our guest, who, again, is sadly not with us. I took him to the hospital earlier today, and by the time this drops on audio, he should have had his operation. He's going to have it Friday. Going to add a few pins in that collarbone of his and get it put back together. So shout out to you, dude. Hope you're feeling a little bit better, because he was in a little bit of discomfort earlier. I tried to avoid going quickly over the potholes, but I unfortunately caught one or two, so I apologize for that. Right. Hoping to avoid the potholes tonight. Do you want to say hello, Lisa?
Yeah, let's try this again. So I have my stand-in for Jason, because Jason has work constraints, and but we're gonna do him proud with our Jason style questions. I tried to write them more complicated.
Cool. Well, thanks for that.
We'll see if I can do it justice.
Yeah.
So the other voice you can hear there, that is Tabby from the Happy Hour podcast. No doubt you'll have listened to it if you listen to our podcast. Hopefully you went over there and listened to it when myself and Andy guested on there. I don't know, was that 2 weeks ago now? Was it something like that?
Yes, 2 Fridays ago.
Awesome. So the premise for this podcast tonight then is, it's based around the Designated Quizzes podcast, which is one that Lisa does with her husband, Jason. Do you want to tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. So we were going to do podcasting a long time ago, and we just never did it. And our original premise was to do something based on what we do for a living, which is working in the automotive industry. And we wrote a podcast and recorded it, and it was awful. But at the end of that first episode, we did like a little quiz, and that was the only good part, and we were cracking up the whole time. So we decided, well, let's do a quiz podcast, because they really don't exist. I mean, they do, but not, we're like, okay, let's do one. There's probably a few out there, but let's do it in a completely different style, and let's add a cocktail and let's theme them. And it worked. So, we're just, we've done a couple things where we're now adding poems, and at first we were just doing red and blue vodka, but now we're doing all different kinds of shots, and just the most disgusting thing we can find. That's what I do. Just go in the fridge and throw some condiments and some alcohol.
Yeah. So do you want to tell us a little bit about this punishment shot that we got tonight for the people who aren't fortunate enough to win?
Okay, so
I didn't agree to this. Just to go ahead and throw that on here.
Yeah.
This is all you guys. I did not agree to. I'm just kidding. There's one lined up ready, but we ain't gonna lose.
So the tapeworm, which is vodka, Tabasco sauce. It's supposed to be a squirt of mayonnaise, and so to look like a tapeworm, but mine is just a spoonful, and some pepper, which I don't get the pepper part.
Yeah,
I don't know what that has to do with a tapeworm.
I've never had a tapeworm, so I don't know. I have no experience.
Can't imagine where the pepper comes in the
Yeah, it looks pretty grim though. I think we're not looking forward to drinking it. I have a quick question, right? Just say, for example, this ends up in what we love in English football as a 0-0 draw. What's the deal then with the show? Did we just all do it, or just does nobody do it?
Well, what we've been doing when we record our podcasts is, if we have guests, we all do it. no
Okay.
matter who wins or loses. So it's just, that's the way we've been doing it. It's up to you.
No. Well, yeah, it'd be a shame to see it go to waste.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody wins.
I kind of
Yeah,
want to
nobody
know
wins.
what it tastes like.
Well, I was just sort of saying to Andy before, like Tabasco sauce, I like that. Mayonnaise, I like that. Pepper, I like that. Vodka, I like that. It's not a problem. I've never had them all together in the same glass. Although I did I did a little nip of Tabasco sauce just to make sure that my throat would take it earlier. It's like, yeah, that was pretty grim. That wasn't one of my better decisions.
Yeah. We've done Tabasco in some of our drinks, and it's yeah.
Yeah, well, it should be interesting. Well, see, Gaz isn't here, but we feel like he needs to partake in a punishment anyway. And unfortunately, because of the painkillers, he's on some very strong painkillers at the minute. He can't drink alcohol. So I picked in this up, from
Oh.
So it's a lollipop with locusts in it. I don't want him to feel left out.
I think I would rather do the shot.
Yeah,
we have stuff like that here, but it's not locusts. So I wonder if we can't eat locusts here. They'll do like ants and grasshoppers and
Mealworms
and scorpions.
Yeah, well, there was ones there with things like crickets in, but the last thing I want to do, because they're like quite dry and mealy, the last thing I want to do is make him cough at the moment with his collarbone as it is.
Oh, I'd rather fall off my chair 2 other times than.
Why, we promised not to share that footage on the end of this podcast. We may.
I really thought I fixed it.
We didn't get. I don't think we got the second one, unfortunately, but we got the first. Let's be honest, the first was an absolute doozy.
Well,
although I have to say, I was a little bit worried when you didn't get up very quickly.
I was trying to fix the chair,
Okay.
but I feel like I was set up. Do you think you did this on purpose so that I would fall?
I wouldn't be surprised.
Mm-hmm. You're trying to take me out.
Yeah. How do we say who goes first then?
Well, the way that he and I do it is just, he does one and then the next week I do it. So I don't know. We've never, had to decide.
You guys are guests, so I'll tell you what, we're English gents, so we'll let you guys go first.
Okay.
That's so sweet of you. Thank you.
Pleasure.
All right. Do you want me to go first, Deb?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Okay. All right. Here's number 1. The United States has a National Beer Day. National Beer Day is celebrated yearly in the United States on the 7th of April. This event commemorates the signing of the Cullen-Harrison Act, which allowed the distribution and sale of beer in 1933. You probably know George Harrison as a Beatle, and he was only 27 years old when the Beatles broke up. Edward Cullen is a fictional character in Stephenie Meyer's Twilight series. If George Carlin were to meet Edward Cullen at the local pub for a pint, how many beers would it take to get each of them legally drunk by U.S. standards, assuming they both weigh approximately 190 pounds?
Right. Andy?
How
How many beers does it take to get you drunk, Andy? There's the first question.
I'm always drunk. That's a secret.
Trick question.
Yeah. I don't know. To get each, so we're looking for a combined figure for the two, or
Oh no, just each. So if they were not combined.
I don't know, dude. What do you think? Like 6 or 7?
I was going to say 10, just a double digit.
Wow.
I don't know how strong it was back then, but
3.2 ABV.
Okay. Yeah. Should we go?
I'll go 6 then.
We'll go 6. Okay. We'll go 6.
You got it because it's 6 to 7. Mm-hmm.
Good call.
There we go. Who's
All
keeping
right,
score?
we're
I'll keep
losing.
That's okay. We got this.
All right. In Amsterdam, the government gives alcoholic people incentives. This one I love. All right. The alcoholic locals of Amsterdam earn a beer by cleaning the streets. For a whole day of work, the government gives them 5 cans of beer, cigarettes, and 11 euros. The Amsterdam government used this plan so that even an alcoholic person can be productive and help the country in little ways. Name just one of the 5 best beer bars in Amsterdam, according to www.tourismamsterdam.com.
You been to Amsterdam, Andy?
Yeah.
No, I've been to
I can't remember the names of the bars.
So the 2 best places to get a drink are on 2 squares. So there's the Grand Plaza, but the best ones are Liedersplein and Rembrandtsplein are the 2 best places to get a drink. Now, I can't recall any of the names of any of the bars that I went in while I was there, but I'm just trying to think. Liedersplein and Rembrandtsplein. So Splein is, I'm guessing, square or plaza or something like that. I don't know. So I'm going to guess, I don't know, should we just go Leaders Bar and go something like that? Something obvious? Or what do you think, dude?
Well, I found an Irish bar just off the main square.
Go on.
I think it's like Murphy's or something like that. So I don't know whether that might have been on the list. Murphy's.
Is that where you're going with?
Yeah, we'll go with that one.
I like to throw ones or questions in that no one's gonna get. So, and I don't even know how to pronounce some of these. So it's Arendenes in Amsterdam Center, Brett in Amsterdam West, Foders in Amsterdam South, and how would you say this? Zuid, Z-U-I-D, in Amsterdam South, and Bar Jost or Juiced in Amsterdam East.
Oh, you go, dude.
Yeah, not even close.
No, Murphy's must have been number 6.
It's a good bar.
Okay. Question number 3. The United States is home to the most popular beer brands. More than 7,000 breweries manufacture beers in the United States. The top 3 leading companies in the country are Anheuser-Busch from St. Louis, Missouri, Miller Coors from Chicago, Illinois, and Pabst Brewing Company from Los Angeles, California. In 1985's National Lampoon's European Vacation, Rusty and Audrey sing a jingle from the commercial for Miller Beer. But what 1980 scavenger hunt film from Walt Disney features a scene at the Pabst Blue Ribbon Brewing plant?
Is that not Wayne's World?
No.
That's not Disney, is it? No.
No.
Older.
No, there is a film, and it's been remade, like the likes of Breckenmeyer and Rowan Atkinson in it, and they have to they set off from like Vegas.
I think I do know it.
Rat Race, yeah, that's
it's something like that, but this is from 1980.
Yeah, so I think Rat Race is what it was called. The
newer one.
Yeah, it's the first one. Oh man, dude. Yeah, I would have said it was something like Rat Race.
How old are you guys?
I'm nearly 50. I'm 50 next
Oh,
year.
okay. So
yeah, old.
I'm in the 30s.
I'm 45.
Yeah. Oh, dude. You know it though. It is that. We'll go with Rat Race. We know it's not, but I'm pretty sure it's the other one that they made. Come on, put us out of our misery.
Can I answer?
Exactly.
Yeah,
I think it
An
is.
answer?
Yeah.
Is it Herbie? It's a Herbie movie?
No.
It wasn't Herbie?
Mm-mm.
I thought
It's-
that was it.
And so that, do you want me to tell you?
Yeah. We're not
Okay.
gonna...
It's Midnight Madness.
No. We're not.
So it's a little bit obscure. It was, kind
For a
of
Disney movie?
It became a cult classic. Yeah. Yeah. And it was a little bit, it was Michael J. Fox's first film.
Oh.
Okay.
So he played the little brother in this. He's really young. Yeah, so it's a cult classic now. And yeah, it was way too it was inappropriate. It shouldn't have been a Walt Disney movie. Let's just put it that way. I mean, there wasn't a lot, but there was enough.
Well, there's a lot of those Disney movies out right now that's inappropriate and shouldn't be Disney
Yeah.
movies too.
Well, some of their animated stuff is like, what would they hide certain things in there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Aladdin, if you listen to the part where he is taking her on the magic carpet ride, like afterwards, and she
Mhm.
goes inside of the palace, you can hear him go, "Take off your clothes."
I saw that one. Yeah.
I can hear it too. You got to turn it up full blast at that point. And then when Simba falls onto the fields in Lion King and the leaves and feathers and stuff fly in the wind, you can see
Mhm.
it spell out sex.
Yeah, I saw that one.
And then in the Little Mermaid, the castle that Ariel lives in with
Looks like penises, right?
yep, it's painters all over the place.
Oh man, I'll tell you what, I'm going to watch that with a new light.
Yeah.
Just be
Okay.
looking for it.
Yeah, my kids love Disney.
Yeah.
Well, now I know why.
I guess their thing is to flash it quick enough to where no one would actually catch it. But who are the sick people that found this stuff? They're like, oh, let's just watch Disney films and see if there's anything perverted in them.
People that have no lives and watch it literally frame for frame.
Yeah, I was never a Disney movie person. I'm not. Yeah, if I listened to a Disney podcast, I'd be like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I think I stopped listening to Disney stuff and watching Disney stuff and like when I was a teenager. Like it was cool when I was younger, but now it's not for me. I can't even get into whatever the new one is that's out.
Oh, God, I've seen that one. My kids are 5 and 2, so they love Frozen. They're just obsessed
Oh.
with it.
That is the one that I despise.
Yeah, I'm growing to despise it more and more each day.
My nephew got into, or my nephew, oh my gosh, my grandson got into Moana. And so he's been watching that religiously, and he's 2. And he does the
Yep.
like hula dance.
You're
You're talking about a small child, and I'm like, my grandson.
Yeah. That's the way it goes. That's the way it goes. Right, then took another question at us, so let's just see how awful we can do on this one. But we're one
Okay.
up, so I'll take that so far.
Yeah, you've got one. I'm keeping track.
Okay, drinking stout could help fight cancer. What makes Guinness or stout unique from other beers is its overwhelming roasted flavor. The stout's flavor comes from roasting barley. I kind of typed this wrong. From the roasted barley that has not been malted. It also stands out from other beers as the only drink associated with fighting cancer. According to a study, drinking stout with your meals helps fight free radicals, which occurs when the body starts to metabolize the food. I don't know why I wrote this one. Here we go. I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle. Here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout, tip me over and pour me out. What poem by Shakespeare is the only word that includes the word steam?
Oh, wow.
Ooh,
I don't think that work, by the way.
Yeah.
that was a walk around the block. Like,
Yeah, it
hey,
was.
Yeah.
it was awesome. I love
Well,
it.
I was trying to do them Jason style.
Yeah, that took us on a journey. How's your Shakespeare, Andy?
He left it back in 1994.
I would not have known this had I not read what I wrote. So
So I don't know. I can only think of it's not Romeo and Juliet. I don't think.
Mm.
That's the only one I really know. But
I'm like giving you hints. No, that's not it.
No. I did Macbeth and I did Hamlet, and I've seen.
It's one of his short, so it's a poem. It's like or they would call it like the sonnet. So it's
Ah.
Right. Oh, dude, I'm not good with these sonnets. I'm just gonna. Oh, no, I don't know. No, what I'll do, we're going to show ourselves up here now as British guys who know nothing about Shakespeare. I don't think our regular listeners would be too surprised.
It is Venus and Adonis.
Oh no, I would never have got that. I've never heard of that.
All right, here's my last question.
Go on.
Okay. Beer drinkers are better thinkers at old age. According to research, men who are in their late 70s and 80s that have been boozing one alcoholic beverage per day tend to have a clearer thinking ability compared to non-drinkers. According to urbandictionary.com, boozing is another word for drinking any kind of alcoholic beverage. Man, I was boozing so much beer at that party last night. If you were at a party with the world's oldest person, Kane Tanka, for her birthday next year, how many candles will be on her birthday cake?
Oh wow. Wasn't she a wrestler in the WWE? Oh no, that was
Right?
Tatanka,
Yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah.
Tanka was a wrestler. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, dude. So it's normally around about the 120 mark, I think, Andy, somewhere in that region. And do you know, sadly, and we may get to why I follow Guinness on Instagram. Guinness World
I
Records.
go with your guess.
I'll go. Well, do you reckon 109, 120, Andy?
I'd say 19. The 119.
We'll go
Is that one of the
119.
options then?
Yeah. We'll go 119.
119. So it was 120. So she's 119 now. So
Aw.
technically, in Jason's rules, you get a portion of a point.
Do we get if we get 119th of 120th of a point, then it's technically a point we can round up.
Yeah. So he would go, I get a half a point because I said 120 at first, and then I guessed 119, and 120 is one
cheats.
more than 119.
So do we get half a point because Andy taught me out of the right answer?
Yeah.
Yes, because you had half of the right answer.
There we go. We're doing better.
All right,
than
now
we
it's Jason's
thought.
turn.
Okay. Go
All
for it.
right. Hey guys, I'm Jason.
Do your best designated jizzers voice.
Who? Do you want me to do that voice,
Yeah,
Lisa?
do the low, deep.
The one
Hey,
we
ladies.
did on game night. All right, let's see if I can do this. The world's most alcoholic beer has an ABV of 67.5. It's called Snake Venom. It was created by Lewis Shand and John Mackenzie from Brewmeister. It packs quite a punch and is made using smoked peat malt with added ale and champagne yeast. Vodka and whiskey are typically 40% ABV. The creators recommended consuming only 30 to 35 milliliters at a time. It even comes with a yellow warning label on the neck. The yellow-necked caterpillar moth is a cinnamon brown color with 3 or 4 dark lines crossing each wing. Cinnamon oil will actually prevent bugs from feasting on you. But which Roman emperor burned a bunch of cinnamon because he felt bad for killing his wife?
Right.
That was my favorite.
It was a good impression. And as we saw on Twitter earlier, you had some big shoes to fill. Or not, as is the case. Sorry, dude.
I mean, he broke the chair, so
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so no apologies.
he deserved it. Or maybe it was my karma. So
Yeah, you maybe.
For what? For the Twitter?
yeah.
The response? No, that response was good. That response was good.
So where were we again? So it was Roman emperor who killed his wife.
Yes, sir.
I don't know why burning cinnamon was something you do after you kill your wife, but
I mean, I don't know, not a sacrifice, but like an
I don't
homage,
know, maybe it wards off evil.
Yeah, you got to do something to take the stank away.
Look. Yeah, that's true too. Take that stank.
Yeah, he might have buried her in the floorboards. I don't know. Under the hay mattress.
I'm trying to think now. No. How good are you with your Roman emperors, Andy?
No,
No.
just
Your
no.
Roman emperor knowledge.
So obviously there's Julius and Augustus Caesar. Now I think we'd have heard about it if it were them. Oedipus loved his mum a bit too much. Who's the guy who married his horse?
I don't.
know.
First
was
thing that
what?
came to mind was Loki, but he didn't marry the horse. He did something else with the horse.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
Okay. Wasn't who's the
Gonna be sitting right there on the tip of your tongue. I didn't even know
Yeah.
it until I looked and seen the answer.
I don't know
know.
any of these until I write them. So
I really think of Marcus Aurelius. Well, it wasn't him, was it? He's
Marcus Aurelius. Yeah, he was the as we know from speaking to James a couple of episodes ago, he was the guy big into the Stoicism. So yeah. Go. I don't know. Should we just go Oedipus and know that it's not him? And if it's the guy who loved his horse, then I'm going to be gutted.
The Roman Emperor Nero. He kicked his
Ah.
wife in the gut so hard it
Oh.
killed her.
Wow.
I forgot about that part.
Yeah. We have a coffee brand over here named after him. Nero
Yeah.
Coffee. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not
I've heard
sure.
about it.
Yeah. I'm
It's
not
like
sure
a
that-
good kick in the stomach.
Yeah. Yeah. Makes sense now.
The only way you can enjoy it. Oh, okay. I'm not gonna try and read it salty again, just
No,
because
no.
they are. Oh, it's a lot of knowledge to like take in at the same time as
It-
talking.
Yeah.
It is.
All right. So, beer was illegal in Iceland until 1989. Iceland was the first country in Europe to prohibit all alcoholic beverages in 1915. But while other forms of alcohol became legalized from as early as 1922, beer remained banned until March 1st, 1989. Europe is a Swedish glam metal rock band. They were one of the most successful Swedish rock and heavy metal bands of all time, having sold more than 15 million albums worldwide. According to the website glam.com, what woman's hairstyle will be the biggest trend of 2022?
I love that one.
Yeah. Asking two ball guys.
Yes,
These are
but
the-
you have beautiful wives.
Well, we
They're
do.
bald as well.
These are my favorite. These are better than the ones I wrote for myself.
Oh, these are so
man.
good.
Uh,
I've only made it to the second one. Like I got a chance to read it for like 5 seconds at work, and I was like, "Oh, these are good. Oh, I gotta go."
Oh man. Do you want to go like something? I don't know. Is the beehive a thing, dude? Is that going to be? Adele was pretty big on that, or is that already happened?
Bringing
Have I
back
missed
the
it?
No,
beehive.
The
Is that-
beehive went out in style in like
Yeah, but it's
70s?
60s, isn't it?
Can't
Or-
come back in.
well,
Is what my thought.
Then Amy Winehouse brought it back, and then it went back out.
Yeah.
That's
I'll give you
right,
that. I'll
that's
give you
right.
that. Go on, Andy. That's my knowledge of hair exhausted.
I don't know what. I was going to say the mullet then, but no. What's the one? Jennifer Aniston had that.
That's men, but that would have been yeah.
Women can have a mullet as well, can't they?
Yes. I actually had a reverse mullet in high school and
Business at the
early
back
college.
Business at the back and party at the front.
She
Yep,
had
it
a-
was really
she-
long in the front and short in the back. It was great.
Fair play. Good play. I've never done that.
Nowadays, it's
surprised to
called
hear.
the Karen.
The carrot.
The Karen.
Oh,
Ah.
oh.
Nowadays, it's called the Karen.
I now I can envision it.
There you go. I was
So
going to
what-
say, Adam, did you do that with your back hair? Is that what that is now?
Yeah,
Your
that's
back
it.
hair and your chest hair?
Yeah, I could do that.
Party in the front, business in the back.
yeah, ape at the back. It seems to be going these days. So should we go mullet, dude, and just be done with it and take the loss on that one?
Yeah, I can only think of like a bob, a mullet,
Mm,
pigtails. That's it.
did
Me,
they
it's
get a
gonna be
Jason portion
I
of a
would
point?
say a Jason half a point on that one, just because it's called a Bixie. It's a hybrid between a classic bob and a pixie cut.
Ooh.
So
Ooh.
you technically
He's
have
safe.
2 points because you
Yeah.
got half a point and half a point. So you get 2.
I'm feeling guilty about making my questions so tough right now.
Oh no. All right, we ready?
Yep.
There's an I was going to read that Australian, but it's Austrian. There is an Austrian brewery that allows you to swim in a pool of beer. Where is this and where do I buy a plane ticket? Starkenberger Brewery has a pool filled with beer, which is not only a major novelty, but is also said to have benefits for the skin. Beer is rich in calcium and other vitamins that help with skin conditions, and hops have a calming agent to help you relax. If you were to purchase a novelty pool with a slide from Walmart.com in the Mermaid edition, how much would you be paying in U.S. currency before tax?
That's my favorite. I was
love that
laughing
one.
at work writing this.
So a novelty pool.
Yes.
In the Mermaid edition.
Okay. Inflatable.
Mhm.
Okay.
Like the kind
Maybe
with
like
the slide and the...
What?
Oh, it'd be more than that, wouldn't it? I was just thinking $20 or something, but
No,
Mm.
inflatable.
It's got a slide.
Yeah, now we're talking some serious.
They're pretty big, actually.
Yeah. Should we add 100 on that? Go $120.
Andy?
I go 160. I think it's gonna be a liar.
You ready?
Yeah.
$89.99.
Oh, dude.
So
It's a
$90.
bargain for that mermaid
We
pool.
just overpaid.
You
Yeah.
did.
I was
I look
looking
forward
up
to the
this
pictures.
at work at my desk where everyone can see, and there was a mermaid pool on my. So I hope you appreciate this.
Yeah.
That mermaid pool. Hoping my boss wasn't gonna walk by.
You could say, "Hey, I'm getting it for the summertime. I am
Yeah.
thinking for summertime now. We're
That's
having a
gonna be your
mermaid themed
adverts.
birthday.
Yeah. Stick one out front of the car lot.
Hey, it's a new scheme to get people to get in. Like, hey, look at me. Come on, it's a sale. Look, there's a
Yeah.
mermaid pool.
Fill it with beer.
We could fill the mermaid pool with beer and have an adult party.
Yeah, exactly.
Good for
Exactly.
the skin.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to send me that address when you do that. I'll be showing up.
I randomly sent my address to you yesterday on my phone. Sent my location. I'm like, what's happening?
I know where you live.
I'm like, okay, well,
I was
there's
wondering
my
that too.
address.
I was like, what is Lisa doing? What is this? And it says contacts. This is where I'm at. I'm like, well, what? Is she in danger? Is she not telling us that she's in danger? What's Jason doing now? Dun dun dun. All right, ready for 4?
Yeah.
All right. In 2018, there we go. Australia's James Squires Brewery created a beer using yeast from that's gross. From the 1790s. This porter-style beer was called the Wreck and produced in collaboration with the Queen Victoria Museum and Art Gallery, QVMAG, in Launceston, and the Australian Wine Research Institute, AWRI, in Adelaide. Excuse me. The yeast used to create it was discovered in Australia's oldest merchant shipwreck, Sydney's Cove, which ran aground near Tasmanian's Preservation Island in 1797 and remained at the bottom of the ocean until 1977. Miraculously, the beer bottles found aboard were still sealed. Oh, Lisa, it's this one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to try and do this without laughing. Speaking of yeast, if you were a woman possibly suffering from a yeast infection caused by the fungus Candida albicans, what is just one of the symptoms that you'd tell your doctor you have?
Hmm.
So you've got 5 chances, right? Is it 5?
Yeah. Well, Andy, we need to pretend we don't know the answer to this question.
I've heard
Oh,
it
save
could
your
be.
man
I was also looking this up at work.
yeah. That is not one you want to be seen over the shoulder.
That text message from you was like, oh my God, I think my boss is about to walk by. No.
Yeah, she was doing an interview and she walked by with the person that she was interviewing, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah,
This
she
is what
won't
we
want to
do
sit
here.
next to you. Yeah. I don't know, dude. What are you thinking?
It's got to be like rash or itching or something like that. I don't know.
Scaly,
Common
dry,
things.
Scaly.
Yeah, scaly and rash. I don't know.
That's the mermaid part.
Yeah, I'm still fixating on the idea of the mermaid pool.
I'll post a picture of it later.
Yeah, definitely. I'm keen to see that.
What, the yeast infection or the
No,
mermaid?
I'm not keen to see that.
And also me falling off a chair.
Oh, we'll
Let's
post
just
pictures of
go
that.
for it.
Yeah, that was genius.
Triple threat.
But yeah, then Andy, rash. I'm going to suggest some kind of smell as well.
Yeah.
Which one we go for?
I'd go with the smell, I think.
Yeah, no, because we've talked ourselves out of answers before, dude. I'm going to go with a rash. We'll go with a rash. We'll go with the rash because that's surely got to be involved in some way or another.
Lisa? It says.
I mean, it's in there, right?
It just says irritation. So.
Mhm.
Itching or irritation of the vagina or vulva and burning sensation while urinating or during intercourse. Redness and swelling of the vulva, vaginal pain and soreness, thick white odor, free of discharge with a cottage cheese appearance, watery vaginal discharge. So,
Yeah, I think they got.
And
I
that
mean,
is the clip we're
yeah.
going to use to promote this episode.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you should totally do it. I can read it again in like a game show host voice. If you want me to.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, yeah. I mean, it was an open
I'll
net.
give it to
Yeah.
him.
There was a
I'll give
lot
it
of
to him.
chances to get this one right.
Yeah. And also, if Vagisil, if you want to sponsor us, we're okay with that. We'll take it.
Right? That would be weird, but yeah.
I would take it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we
Okay.
would take Vagisil. I'd take anything. I don't even care. I mean, yeah, designated quizzer is sponsored by Vagisil.
It's got
Sure.
a ring to it.
It does. I like that.
We definitely talk about this stuff enough that it makes sense.
You have a question about your vagina? Let Vagisil clear that up.
Well, it would be hysterical, the ones where you have to read the ad, and I would so make Jason read it. I mean,
Yeah.
it would have to be Jason. I couldn't read the Vagisil ad. It would be so much better.
As the outtakes from last night that you and Jason sent were fantastic, and I'm
was
keeping
losing my
all
mind.
of those.
It was so funny. He just kept going and going and going, and he's like, "Now I'll do yours and you do mine," and I was just cracking up.
They're like,
And then
what the fuck is
I'm making him do accents. I'm like, "Now do an accent."
He did 3 accents in like 2 sentences. I'll explain to you guys later. I can't really release this right
I
now
could
because
send
okay.
it to them too. We could
you
send
could.
the MP3 to them. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, send it
You
over.
have to hear it.
Do it.
It's
It is-
amazing.
How long is it? Like 10 minutes?
8 minutes and 18 seconds.
Send it over.
Yeah, we will. We will. It's got to be
know.
heard by someone else.
Actually, what you and Jason did, there was a take, and I am absolutely keeping it. And we're gonna probably use it for our promo as well. So let's just say what we did as part of a promo for a friend podcast.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Okay, are we ready for the last question?
Yeah.
Woo! I'm not going to be able to say this probably. Schlitz invented the brown bottle and tall boys. Despite the fact that you're more likely to see Schlitz in a can than in a bottle, back in 1911, things were different. The Milwaukee-founded brand was the first to block out the sun via a brown bottle, and they also invented the tall boy, the perfect size of beer to hide in that paper bag as you walk the streets. Oh my God. Speaking of streetwalkers, according to procon.org, oh God, how many prostitutes are there estimated to be in the world?
Oh, wow.
I love the setup. That was beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I don't know, dude. What's, be careful here, but what's your experience with prostitutes, dude?
Well,
We
not a
both
lot.
been to Amsterdam.
Are they legal in
No.
what
They're
parts of
only
the
legal,
UK?
I think they're only legal in Amsterdam.
Yeah. They are. Yeah. If you walk through the red light district in Amsterdam, it is an experience to see them in the windows and what have you.
Especially during the day.
Oh, so that's not a
Don't go during the
not a-
day. There's some very questionable ones in the window during the day.
so that's a real thing. It's not just like a thing they make up for movies. Like they're really in the windows
it's real, yeah.
advertising. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, I went with my wife, and still they'll offer you stuff for the 2 years.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Probably charge you extra, but see how I slipped the word probably in there.
Probably.
They give you the 2-for-1 syphilis special.
When you got Vagisil as a sponsor, it doesn't matter.
Oh, yes.
Well, no, if we're talking syphilis, we need a good antibiotic sponsor. So pharmaceutical companies,
Yeah.
we're waiting for you.
We'll take them all.
The
Just give
first
me all the
podcast
drugs.
sponsored by antibiotics.
Vagisil and
Mhm.
antibiotics. We're here for you, lovely people.
We care about your health.
So I'm gonna say, dude, I reckon this is in the millions. Or is that over the top?
I was going to say 1 million, but it must be
say-
more.
Was there nearly 8 billion people on this planet? So that would mean, yeah, dude. Yeah, well, no, that actually 1 million might be a bit too many. I mean, are we basically saying 1 in every 8,000 people is a prostitute on that basis? That might be too many. So I go 250,000, dude. What do you think about that? Is that low ball in it?
Yeah, well, yeah, I think that's the safer option. I think, yeah, I'd go for that. 250.
What's the final answer?
250,000, $250,000.
Be prepared to be shocked because
This is a
I
little
sure as hell
shocking.
am. 40 to 42 million.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and if you think about the relation to that and the amount of people in the world, that's a lot.
That's, yeah.
Someone
Everybody
do
and
the
your
math
moms.
on that because I don't like math.
I don't either, but I will do it. Converse amongst yourselves.
42 million. I tell you what, you've got options if you're into that kind of thing.
Well, that's a wild guess because it's illegal
Yeah, that's true.
for the majority of the,
Yeah, I wonder. But you're not too many people putting that on their
You're
census.
just doing a
What's your
giant
profession?
educated guess, really.
Yeah. Gee whiz.
I suppose you got like Asia, haven't you? Like it's more legal there, isn't it? Like about Thailand and stuff.
I don't think it's legal, but I think that it's hush legal, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's a lot. I was thinking 1 million. I thought, that's quite high. That.
Yeah, 1 million seemed a lot. No, it didn't seem so many.
Well, there is in Arizona, there's a portion of it where prostitution is legal, but it's heavily regulated.
Yeah.
So, what's that? The Bunny Ranch? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Had a show on HBO. behind the scenes at like the Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, I watched that. That was
Yeah, and how they got it legalized in just a portion of, I think it's Arizona, isn't it?
I could be in Nevada as well. It's legal
Yeah.
in places in Nevada as well. I know that. No, that's not
Yeah,
the
so you're
reason why.
allowed to do it as long as it's regulated. And they
Yeah.
showed like the doctor going room to room doing the STD check. I remember that. I remember watching that way too young too.
Gee whiz. So I tell you what, that means basically, ultimately, if you break that down, chances are someone in your family is probably a prostitute. Probably.
And if no one is, it must be you.
Yeah. If you don't know who it is, guess what? It's you.
You may have a prostitute in your family.
I'm going to go one further and say everybody does.
I have 3.
Really?
Okay.
Everyone has a
I don't know
prostitute
if
in their
they're legal
family.
or if they make money for it, but
Fair play. Right then, so we're 2 questions. I'll tell you that, dude. At the start of this, I'd have taken 2. Would you take 2, Andy?
Yeah, even one.
Yeah, even one. Yeah,
I get blown away by the facts.
Wait, how many questions do you have? You have 11, right?
No, we have 10. I had one. I did an extra one just in case that they got repeated. So ours are a little bit shorter than yours. You'd be relieved to hear. So question number 1. Go on.
there's actually, real quick, 18% of the world's population. If I did that correctly, I'm hoping so because I'm not really mathy, but I math. It's 18% of the world's population are prostitutes.
Awesome. That's a great statistic.
It is a good, that's a real heartening. There's your real pandemic there.
That's one for Twitter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I mean, do you think that was a thing? Like, okay, everyone became a podcaster during the pandemic, but did everyone become a prostitute did the prostitution or prostitute?
I mean, I think
population go up?
OnlyFans went up quite a
Yeah.
bit
Well,
during that time. I mean, I know it's not prostitution, but that's the first thing I thought of. I was working 70 hours a week during the pandemic, so I didn't have time to go prostitute. So
might have been more lucrative.
I didn't have the clients.
Yeah, it's not Tall Boy Radio OnlyFans, is it?
No, there's not. Not yet. But that's where Gaz is.
Wait, you're not
working on it.
are we supposed to be behaving on this?
No. Right. Question number 1. Morrissey and Fox's Blonde Ale is one of my all-time favourite beers, and it was created by the British actor Neil Morrissey. Did you want to chime in at any point here, Andy, about Neil Morrissey?
No.
And he's famous for voicing Bob the Builder in the children's cartoon character of the same name. Can you name one of the 3 actors who voiced the American version of the show, Bob the Builder?
Oh my gosh.
And Andy, you don't know the answer to these questions, so you can chime in as well at some point after they've answered you.
I was going to say, who could follow Neil Morrissey as Bob the
Wow.
Builder?
Who indeed?
Can
I phone a friend?
No.
Are they well-known people?
I'd heard of 2 of them.
I'm trying to think of, my kids watched this, and I'm trying, and my son
was
still has
past
his
my-
Bob the Builder blanket, and he's 19. That's a real story.
I'm sure he'll thank you for sharing that one out.
So
We mentioned him
American
so much on our podcast. I don't know.
Bob the Builder. Hold on. I'm thinking.
Thinking of his voice.
I'm just gonna throw a name out there just because. Shit. Richard Karn.
No.
Mm,
Are they?
Are they actors?
They are. Well, one of them appears regularly on British TV. He's an American guy. Does a lot of like quiz shows and stuff.
Because I was gonna say like Rowan Atkinson, but that's not gonna be right. But that's my guess.
No. He is British. Yeah. Well, actually, one of the guys is actually British. So the last dude to do it is a guy called Mark Silk. Then there's William DeFree and Greg Proops.
Greg Proops.
He
Son of a biscuit. He's one of my
was he a
favorite.
Nickelodeon guy.
He was.
Greg-
Whose line is it anyway?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's the guy. Yeah, that's the guy. You familiar with him, Andy? You'll know him. I always think it was Greg Poops because just tell
It's Proops, whatever.
it's poops in this household.
I don't recall the name, but I'm sure I will. And the Fez will be familiar.
You'd recognise him, dude. So question number 2. Shepherd Neame make a great beer with a very questionable name. And the name of that beer is Bishop's Finger. In the film Alien, the android Bishop does a trick involving Private Hudson or Bill Paxton's fingers. What type or make of knife does he use? You must
I'm
be
gonna go
familiar with it.
Santoku. Is it a
Okay.
brand or a type?
You can go brand. For a portion of a mark, I'd go for the type of knife because you guys have been quite generous to us.
I'm gonna say Bowie knife.
I was
It
just
is a
gonna say a
Gerb-
chef knife.
It's a Gerber Mark II combat knife because they're there on so combat. We would have given you partial marks for combat knife.
Oh, I was thinking it was like a kitchen knife or something. I don't know why I had kitchen knife in my.
Well, yeah, it is. I think they do it in the rec room, don't they? So question number 3, Hogarden. Going back to the prostitution, Hogarden is what is one of Gaz's favourite wheat beers. Which question about wheat was asked at the start of De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising album?
Hang on.
Come on, Lisa, because I have no fucking clue.
Can you read that question the ending of the question one more time?
Yeah, so basically it's the question about wheat on De La Soul's 3 Feet High and Rising. Yeah, I said we got a bit too hard on these, Andy.
I don't, yeah. I mean, I listened to them, but I don't. Yeah, I
You have
can't
to
get
clear
it.
it out, I think.
Yeah, I'm out. I have no idea.
She's a lot younger than us.
Yeah. Well,
Not a lot.
Wait, how old are you? 30.
I'll be 36 on the
Oh,
26th.
that's young.
I feel like I'm 86.
That's how it goes.
It's all downhill from here, right?
Great.
Yeah.
35.
Do you know the answer to that one, Andy?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have anything.
No clue. I was going to say maybe just a few clues to simplify it. Or...
It involves a breakfast cereal.
Wheaties.
Close. It's how many fibers are intertwined in a shredded wheat biscuit.
Oh.
Yeah. How many times did the Batmobile catch a flap? What does touchette lily poo mean? And what was the other question? How many feathers are on a Purdue chicken? Not that I love that album, but Right. So there's been question number 4. There's been many a pint of Duff beer drank in the last 30 years of The Simpsons. Hilary Duff and Jessica Simpson were both born in Texas. Texas is the state with the highest amount of ghost towns. How many are there? And I'll give you a clue. It's less than there are prostitutes in the world.
That's not really.
Let's not.
Ghost town. Texas is big.
How many ghost towns in Texas? I should know this because I like spooky stuff.
I'm gonna say 20.
Oh, I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go with. Shit. With my gut, I'm gonna go 226.
It's more than double that. It's 511 ghost towns in Texas.
Son of a. Wow. I'm going to Texas. See you guys later.
We're going to live in a ghost town. Let's both leave our husbands and go live in a ghost town.
I'm fine with that. We will be the
take
queens
our
of the
sons
ghost
and
town.
we'll be out of here.
Leave the chairs.
That's really pissing me off because that chair is a year old. So
You need to check and
He's
see
like,
if there's a
let's put the
factory
chairs
warranty.
from the bedroom in here that we never used. Well, and it was his chair because I sit on that side and I'm sitting on his chair. Why couldn't it have broken when he sat in it?
What you do is switch it and don't tell him.
That'd be funny. Well, he's definitely getting that chair back because this is my chair and my chair works.
So the next one you go on then is ours, right? On Friday. Ours
What?
is
Yeah,
the next time you go live is ours on Friday?
Yeah.
So you have to keep him out of the chair until we can actually get on screen.
But he's so skinny. I don't think he could break the chair. So I mean,
that'll be perfect.
he's like 160 pounds, and to him that's fat. So
Jesus.
You need to loosen 2 legs then, just to be sure.
yeah. Mhm. Yep.
Oh gosh, we have a half a point, by the way, Lisa.
Oh,
Go
all
on,
right.
we'll
I'm
give-
ready. Let's go.
We'll give you half a point. We'll give you half a point. Goose Island started off as a single brew pub opened in 1988 in Lincoln Park, Chicago. What is the last song that Lincoln Park ever played live?
Oh, son of a biscuit. That's one of my
Um,
favorite bands. Hold on.
Yep, mine too.
Okay.
Huh.
That was in Birmingham, wasn't it? That one.
Birmingham. I don't know.
That was the last I think that was the last show they did.
Was it really? Was it in the UK? Or
Yeah, because
Birmingham,
they're supposed to
Alabama?
be Manchester, but they had that bomb thing the year before or something.
Oh,
So
right.
it's Birmingham, the last one.
Hmm.
You got a few songs you could have it like finish with.
I'll be dead honest, it's not one I've ever heard of. But then again, I'm not a big Linkin
I
Park fan.
can't. I
Okay, I'm gonna go with my first instinct on this one, and I really, really, I want to say bleed it out.
That's the point. You nailed it.
Oh, wow.
Yay!
Dude, I wish
Drop
you had given away half a
everything.
point now, dude.
I was gonna say it's probably something that came out later than when I stopped listening to them. So I was not gonna know that. I wasn't gonna get it right.
All right. I apologize in advance for this next question, but we
Okay.
had to slip it
Oh,
in there
Lord.
somewhere.
Oh, you
Okay.
don't. We're not the type of women you apologize to. I can tell you that.
Well, I'm mainly apologizing to anybody who's listening to the podcast because it gets mentioned an awful lot on our podcast. And you'll know where it's going as soon as I say the first word. So Guinness is Ireland's most famous beer. Now, we don't talk about it often, but Gaz and I both helped to set a Guinness World Record in 2016 for the longest game of pairs darts. How long did it last? Actually, you got a bit of an advantage of this, Tabby, because I think we mentioned this on our podcast when we were chatting with you guys after.
I was really, really drunk by the end of that, so I don't remember hardly anything at the end of that. How
36
long?
hours.
How long?
That's my guess.
How long was the? Okay, I really hate to disagree with Lisa on this one, but I'm going to have to go with Lisa because I really feel like we were talking about the world record that we were going to do and do 36 hours.
That's why I chose that.
Oh, no. It was 49 hours, 29 minutes,
Son
and
of
18
wow.
seconds. Yeah.
That is a very long game of darts.
Yeah, we're not doing it again. Guys, if you're listening, we are not doing it again because that has been beaten since, and we are not doing it again.
So we can find that if we search it.
Well, it's been beaten since. So if you go online,
Oh.
but if you go to the 2019 book, page 241, not that I've studied it, but yeah, it is there around about the bottom of the page. Yeah, we were actually featured in the book briefly, myself and Gaz, and then two
Wow.
other guys, Gaz's brother, Sid, Paul, and a guy called Mark Weaver. Yeah. And we've got another one pending at the moment as well, which hopefully will end up in the book as well. We've broken another
Cool.
record, and just waiting for it to be approved.
Not to get
So
dark
cool.
here, but Jason's mother passed away in 2014, and up until she passed away, every Christmas she got him the new Guinness Book of World Records book, and it always sat in the bathroom. It was his bathroom book.
If she could have just hung
And
in
we
there for a
haven't
few
had
more
it
years, she
since.
could have the other one as well.
What's that?
You could have just hung on in there for a few more years. You
I
could have
know
the
we
one
would
with
have
us in
kept getting them, and then we would have had your book or you in our book.
there. That's it. That's it. Well, hopefully we'll all be in there at some point.
Well, I'm going for the chair breaking record. So
You set a very
how many
good
chairs
target.
can I break in 36 hours?
You are off to a good start, Lisa.
I know. Wouldn't it have been better if I had broken that chair during our gaming night?
Oh, that would have been hysterical, but oh,
It would have
man.
made more sense then, right?
I mean, I'm surprised. Maybe I should go into world record of wooden chairs broken with your butt, because I have broken 4 wooden chairs straight down the middle in half with my butt. My poor parents' kitchen dinette set, their chairs gone. They had to get new ones.
Was it intentional?
That's the first time I've ever broken a chair in my life. So I just made an accomplishment. I have never
Yes.
broken a chair. So
Oh,
one
it's
for
gonna
me.
follow you.
But I did fall that night though, and I tell you my tuna fish falling
Yeah.
or my
Your
salmon.
salmon falling.
Yeah, my
story?
salmon flew in the air. Yeah, I fell in the basement. I leaned forward. Don't ever lean forward after doing 7 shots of tequila. And there went my Tupperware container of salmon up in the air, and I bruised 2 fingers, and I had bruised my wrist, and I didn't care, and I didn't feel anything at the moment. I went to sleep, and I felt it the next day.
Yeah, she
Cat had
disappeared. She
assumed-
disappeared completely. And I'm
Yeah.
texting her, blowing her up, going, "Are you alive?"
Yeah,
Because
are you
Jason
okay?
hasn't left this game. Like, Jason's not gone. I'm checking on you because I care about you. Jason just is still talking. It was
So this isn't something new then before. It's not a lot of novelty. It's just something
No,
we do every
that's the first
episode.
time I've ever actually because we were having such a good time, and I was sick. So I was just pounding the tequila because I just wanted to get through it. I was not feeling good. And yeah,
We've
and my
all been
cat
there.
thanked me very much for her salmon dinner. Because it was gone in the morning. I left it I keep calling it tuna, salmon on the ground, container. It was there, and I left it, and I went to sleep. Don't remember falling asleep.
I don't see how you can eat salmon after drinking tequila.
We were
No,
talking about
it's
Taco Bell, and
fabulous.
somehow Taco Bell was like, I was hungry, and so I left. And then I went downstairs, and the only thing that there was a Tupperware container full of salmon, and I took it.
No.
And I never ate it because it flew in the air.
It's a good one. Trying to tell you something.
Ooh.
Question
Because I
7.
thought I had COVID, and I was out of work. I was working from home, and then I was out of work, and I was like, "How am I going to get through this?" But yeah.
You made it. You're alive.
Yep. She's like, "Please don't leave me with all these men."
I was.
Are you going to make it?
I feel like we've gone down a strange twilight path.
Sorry.
Question number 7. Pirate is one of Andy's favourite beers. It's a strong Belgian beer. Robert Louis Stevenson's novel Treasure Island features the pirate Long John Silver. What was the name of his pirate?
Oh, I know this. Hang on.
I want to say Archimedes, but that's Sword in the Stone.
I'm gonna go. I feel like this is not it, but I'm gonna go like this is where we got calling every parrot this. I'm gonna say it's Polly.
Oh, no. I thought you were
No.
going to get it. No. It's Captain Flint.
Captain Flint.
Yeah.
I didn't know that one.
I was thinking
No.
maybe that's where we got like Polly want a cracker.
That would make sense. That would make sense. I always thought it was salty, so I don't know where I got that from. Right. One of America's, see, this is a number you can have a guess at. Question number 8. One of America's most noted beers is an 8% double IPA made by a Russian river called Pliny the Elder. It's named after the Roman author who died at Pompeii in AD 79. He's famous for creating the world's first encyclopedia. And how many volumes did that have?
So, how many volumes was the encyclopedia?
Yeah, bear in mind he will have handwritten and transcribed it.
Like on like slabs of rock.
I it would have been paper.
Was it
wouldn't
on scrolls?
Probably
Yeah.
probably
Parchment
paper.
scrolls?
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with
Um,
20.
I'm gonna say 32. Was I one off?
You 2 off?
He's 5 off, but it's pretty close.
Oh.
37. 37. That's pretty close.
I should have went with
Very
36.
odd number of 37. What I
Yes.
was doing was I was envisioning the shelf in my parents' house with the encyclopedias, and I was just like, it was probably an even number of 20.
That would probably make sense. Maybe even 26 for the one for every letter of the alphabet.
Well, they were. I remember they were like, it was like, more than one alphabet, more than one letter per volume. So,
okay.
yeah.
There you go.
Mhm.
Right. Question number 9. Captain E.J. Smith is a chap from Hanley, which is about 9-10 miles from where I live. In fact, I was there earlier today when I was taking Gaz up to the hospital. And he is famous for playing his part in sinking the unsinkable ship, the Titanic. He was the captain of the Titanic. Hence why local brewery Titanic is so named. The brewery produced a 4.9% passion fruit pale ale named after how many dogs are known to have died on that fateful journey. So what's the name of that beer or how many dogs died? That's a nice cheerful question, isn't it?
Wasn't the captain played by Bernard Hill? I think.
I don't know.
12.
That's a fun fact. But
I know if you go into the Pottery Shopping Centre in Hanley, there is a painting of this guy. There used to be a painting. I think it's a picture on the wall now. But there used to be a painting of the guy on the wall. So basically, he's famous for crashing the Titanic, and they painted a picture of him coming out of an iceberg. Yeah. Basically, it's an iceberg that goes into Captain Smith. Personally, I think it'd be better memorialised in actually on the boat rather than the thing that he piloted it straight into.
how many dogs died on the boat?
I'm saying 12 because isn't there something like 12 Dog Night or something like
No, there's a band
Mm.
called 3 Dog Night.
3 Dog Night?
And that is because in Africa, when it gets cold, it takes 3 dogs to keep you warm. I know this because 3 Dog
Oh.
Night is one of my favorite bands.
There you go.
Okay.
How many dogs are on the ship?
I'm going to go with 12. I don't know. That popped
I'm-
into my head.
I'm gonna say 28.
I'll tell you what, we'll take your first answer because the amount of dogs known to be on the Titanic was 12.
Oh,
Wow.
Now, you take away 3 Dog Night from that because actually 3 of them survived. It was actually 9 went down on the Titanic.
oh.
Wait, they
Yeah.
saved some of the dogs?
I know, yeah. It's like, no, I'm sorry, you can't sit here. Back on boat.
But
I would save the dogs. I would let
mean,
people drown to
like they
save the
let
dogs.
kids drown, but they saved the dogs.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Children and animals in my book.
That's it. Let's see, there's 600 crew members, I think, went down on the Titanic as well. It's like, no, back on board, Sonny.
Well, at least the dogs.
Old Pickles isn't good with your type.
It was probably the rich people. Like Muffy has to come with me on the.
It will.
Oh,
be.
I shan't leave Fluffy on the.
Exactly.
My
Well,
prized poodle.
Me
I
trying
find
to
it
hide my 110-pound dog in my jacket. Oh, this is nothing. This
It's my baby.
I just imagine some dude
They're
in a St.
swaddling their
Bernard
dog.
going down on one boat.
We don't have any room, but this is my baby.
Wait, why do you have 9 dogs in your? Why do you have 12 dogs in your boat? Get away! Hit them with
How
the
many
board.
dogs
These
can you fit in
dogs.
your coat?
There's a question.
All of them.
No, there's a Guinness World Record that was break.
I'll do that one. How many dogs can the woman who fit the most dogs in her coat?
Teacup chihuahuas, all of them.
Yeah.
Puppies. Okay, so what did you give us point wise on that one?
We'll give you a point on that one.
Okay.
We'll give you a point on that. Yeah, it's there or thereabouts. So last question. Vocation's 11% Imperial Banana Stout is a personal favourite of mine. As we know, bananas are a good source of potassium, and a portion of that potassium is radioactive, K40. So bananas are technically slightly radioactive, slightly more radioactivity that you're going to pick up in the natural air. So a BED, or BED, is an informal measurement of ionizing radiation exposure. What does it stand for?
BED.
BED.
But
I gotta write BED.
biohazard? No.
No.
Or I want to say like bromine or
Okay, I'm gonna shoot this out there just for
barium?
this. Oh God, it's probably wrong, but biometric electronic. Oh shit! Hold on.
Biometric
Diode?
electronic shit.
It's a biometric electronic shit.
You don't want to do one of those in your drain sewer.
Not in the dugout.
Not in the dugout, no.
God, no, not in the dugout.
I've given you a little bit of the answer in the question. There you
Can
go.
you read the question again?
Yeah.
So, Vocation's 11% Imperial Banana Stout is a personal favourite of mine. As we know, bananas are a good source of potassium. A portion of that potassium is radioactive, K40. A BED, or BED, is an informal measurement of ionizing radiation exposure. What does it stand for?
Banana exposure detected.
I tell you what, you're not a million miles away. You were not a million miles away.
It's just like basic exposure detector.
Did I
No,
break
dude.
you, Lisa? I'm
No,
sorry.
dude, you've changed the wrong word. You've changed the
I
wrong
know.
word.
I know.
I'll give you a third of a point for that because actually the banana is correct. That's the only word.
Is it really?
Yeah. It's a banana equivalent dose. It compares a dose of radioactivity to a dose that one is exposed to eating an average sized banana.
So you shouldn't eat a lot of bananas, right?
I'm eating all of the bananas.
You can eat bananas because ultimately by the time it takes to consume every bit of potassium that you consume, the human body burns off, and anything else that is radioactive you pass through you into a dugout or wherever you choose to go.
Yeah. We probably eat a lot more radioactive things than bananas, honestly.
If you eat a lot of bananas, it's not good for you because you're gonna get
potassium, right? Too much potassium.
Yeah, you're gonna end up with too much potassium. But you have to eat a hell of a lot of bananas because there's only a fraction amount of potassium in there that's actually harmful.
Mm-hmm.
There's more radioactive stuff in bananas than potassium. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm not a scientist, so I don't know. I'm just a scientist.
We'll take your word for it.
There we go.
Hashtag I'm not a scientist.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that brings us to the end. What are the scores, George Dawes?
TBR with 3 and designated quizzers plus me 2 1/3. So you beat us by 2/3.
That's not bad. That's not bad.
No, it wasn't. Oh, Lisa.
We played.
You guys get to do the shot first.
This I don't even know
you
if my
guys
mayonnaise is going to come out of this cup.
You did it wrong, but okay, good luck.
I didn't have a squeezy bottle of mayonnaise.
I didn't either, but I still just took a knife and took a little strip out of it.
I took a teaspoon because
you took a lick of teaspoon?
No, well, if you look very closely.
Oh no, I don't know.
There's not even any liquid in this part of the mayonnaise because the mayonnaise made like a clog in my glass.
So you're gonna be chewing mayonnaise the whole time. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Flavor of the mayonnaise. All right, ready?
Over the lips, past the gums. Look out, stomach. Here it comes.
Here we go.
Yep.
No. Oh God. No mayonnaise. Oh God. It tasted like mayonnaise without having the mayonnaise.
Okay. So.
Wow, that's spicy.
I like hot sauce, and that was absolutely delicious for the hot sauce. But the vodka, I could do without. But the way that I
Wow.
layered it was really well because the hot sauce kind of like helped the taste of the vodka go away. Which is why I went back for more.
Still in my glass, but I tasted the mayonnaise.
Are we going to do this one as well, Andy, out of respect?
Okay.
No.
No.
No?
Said fuck you. Andy
Well, I'm
said
going to say
no.
It's just
cheers.
very
Yeah.
spicy.
Cheers
Aw,
to
nice.
vodka.
podcast.
It's not as bad as you think it is.
Mm-mm.
It smells a lot worse than that.
Mm-hmm.
Mildly pleasant, actually.
It is. I could do vodka and hot sauce shots like that easily, and then wake up the next morning with heartburn. But it would still be good.
The worst part of it was the pepper. I used a very coarse pepper grinder.
Ooh,
Me
you could
too.
feel
I
that.
used a grinder, so it was very spicy.
Mm. Wow.
Yeah, that pepper was.
Actually,
I would
wasn't
rather
it?
have this than the cement mixer because the cement mixer was
Oh,
horrible.
wait, you
So
had a
which
cement
w-
mixer?
Yeah,
So
we
wh-
did it as a punishment chop with
Is that lime and
Um,
Bailey's or something like that?
Yes.
that damn podcast.
But
It
yes,
was
it is.
horrible. It was like
It's
chewing.
lime juice and Bailey's. See, there you go. There you
Bad.
go, Adam. You got the right idea.
Yeah, I had a little bit more. Actually, I quite enjoyed it. I'm not going to lie. That wasn't at all unpleasant.
It's a little
No.
savory. It's kind of like
Mm.
food a little bit.
You basically got some of the components of a Bloody Mary and mayonnaise.
Oh, absolutely. I didn't put a whole lot of mayonnaise in mine, so I didn't get much of it. So
Not to go off topic here, but Jason makes a really good Bloody Mary, and you should look it up because you can find recipes with, instead of vodka like traditional style, you use a dark red wine and bourbon.
Oh, wow.
You
Oh,
have my
it's
interest with
so
bourbon?
good.
Yeah.
Huh?
I said you had my interest with bourbon.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
it takes the Bloody Mary and it just knocks it out of the park. Because I'm not a super fan of Bloody Marys, but when he makes it with the bourbon and red wine, man, is that good?
Oh, I might give that a go. The guy we had on last week, we had a guy on last week called Big Titty, and he was drinking a Bloody Mary on the podcast.
Oh yeah.
Now, he makes it. He doesn't put vodka in it either. He uses gin.
Oh.
Mhm.
And I've got to say, I've tried.
Interesting.
Yeah, he sent. I'm not allowed to share his exact recipe out. It is his personal one. I promised him I won't share it, but I have made one of his, and that he lets me tell you that he puts gin in it, but not the other bit
Okay.
that he changes. But I can tell you this: it's fantastic. It is a really put gin in it rather than vodka as well. It's way better.
I'm gonna have to try that because I really
Yeah.
hate vodka.
And the thing with Bloody Mary is it's very filling. So if you go a little heavier on the alcohol, at least, you can have one and kick it up a little bit.
Oh yeah,
So, yeah.
his is basically a meal the way he has it. The amount of olives and
Mhm.
bacon and stuff he has in it. Yeah, it's great.
Yeah, it is. It's really, yeah. And like, I'm not a vodka fan. I would rather have gin. So I hate things with vodka. So I don't, he knew I didn't like it. So he kind of came up with a recipe without vodka, and it existed, but the way that he makes it is special. So he doesn't, you can't find his recipe.
I was about to say that's another thing then you need to send over to us, and we'll test that one out on
Yeah,
this podcast.
I will. It's so good. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So we do try and keep these podcasts around about an hour. We've overrun a little bit tonight.
Oh no, I'm
And
sorry.
no, that's fine. We might overrun a little bit more if we had some outtakes on the end as well. Let me promise you that.
I'm just glad you couldn't see the actual me on the floor.
I don't think you needed to be honest with you. It was, we laughed at first, and then there was a little bit. It's like, should we be laughing because she's not come back up again?
No, you definitely
been a
should be
minute.
laughing. And then I tried it again like an idiot.
Life alert! Life alert! Life alert!
So before we go, what we need you guys to do is tell us where people can find your podcast, where they can find you on social media, where your podcast is. So give them a shout out if you don't mind, guys.
So we're on everywhere that you can listen to podcasts. So Apple, Stitcher. Should we mention Spotify at this point?
Yeah,
Good
definitely.
pods. Because everyone's mad at Spotify. Everything. Also, we have you can get our player on Captivate, which is our host. We have a website coming soon. We just did merch. You can talk to me on our Twitter page, which is designated QZRS. It's always me. Jason does the Facebook. So if you find us on Facebook, everything is designated Quizzers. So you can find us one way or another by just searching that. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome. And I saw you did a long sleeve t-shirt as well, didn't you? Which is pretty cool. Is it a long sleeve t-shirt or a sweater? Yeah, the one that you can buy on your site. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about what I'm wearing. Yeah. I died. I was laughing so hard. I don't know how to make merch.
I honestly cannot wait until I can have that sweater within my grasp. You are going to get the best pictures you have ever received in your entire life from me.
It's so ridiculous. I laugh so hard.
You're going to get, actually, I should say, you're going to get the best pictures from Mike and I with those sweaters on.
Every child we own is getting one for Christmas.
That's it. You need to promote it. You need to promote it out there. So Tabby, tell us about Happy Hour. Where can we find that?
Sure, absolutely. So you can find Happy Hour Podcast on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Pandora, Google Pods, Amazon. You can catch us on Instagram at Happy Hour Podcast 3, Twitter at Happy Hour Show 3, Facebook, of course, Happy Hour Podcast, and check out our merch store on tpublic.com, Last Call Merch.
There you go.
Oh yeah, our merch is Teespring. We tried TeePublic and they kicked us off for some reason, and I don't know why. So we're Teespring.
So you're the Neil Young of Tea Republic.
They're like, we canceled your account, and I'm like, for what? They're like, you violated. I'm like, what did I violate?
The chair.
So we're on Teespring.
Cool. Andy, do you want to say goodbye, dude?
It's been a good episode. Check out podcasts. And also got a new drink to add to the list with sriracha sauce. That's quite nice. I've been thinking about the wine and whiskey though as well, wine and bourbon.
Oh,
might give that a go.
Yeah, I like the sound of that. We need that recipe, don't we?
Mm-hmm. Oh, we'll send it.
Yeah, you send that over. We'll send it over. So that just leaves it to me then to wrap it up. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for listening to whoever's listened to the last 2 years. God bless you. We love you all. And here's the next 2 years, next 20 years, and the next 200 years. We'll give it a go. We'll get in the Guinness Book of Records for the oldest podcasters in the world.
Yay!
Take care, guys. Lisa, do you want to say hello?
Hello. And I have my Jason.
You okay?